Hi everybody, this is Liam Martin from Running Remote, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about 5 reasons remote companies fail. Not all remote companies are successful. I talked to thousands of companies that tried to go remote or have built remote companies that actually end up failing. And since I'm looking at so many companies, I've assembled the top 5 reasons why those companies do not succeed. So here it is, let's go, let's make it happen. The first problem that I see in companies that end up failing, that run remote first companies, is lack of proper process documentation. They do not write down all of the operational processes inside of their business. Inside of Time Doctor, we have absolutely everything documented. We literally have how you sign your emails. We have a procedure for that, and it's all available either on Google Docs or on the tool that we use called Trainual, or a whole bunch of other kind of basically cloud documents that we have that we share within the company. New hires are required to actually go through all of these operational procedures before they start working with us, and they actually are quizzed and tested throughout their career to actually know that they're paying attention to all of these different processes. So if you want to get started, what I would suggest that you do is just put into Google the GitLab handbook, and GitLab, which is a remote first company of hundreds of remote employees located all over the world, they have built a 3,200 page remote process documentation guide. So it has absolutely everything you could possibly think of connected to remote work. If you want to know how they do a sales demo, it's in there. If you want to know how many shares you get when you join the company, it's in there. If you want to know how to get time off, it's in there. Absolutely everything is in there. For me, I'm a pretty nerdy guy. I remember the first time I saw that thing, I basically read it till like 3 o'clock in the morning. You may not find that as exciting as I do. However, go check it out. I think it is definitely one of the best investments that you can make inside of your business is building operational processes. And the best thing is that Dimitri, the co-founder and CTO of GitLab, encourages you to actually steal those processes and use them for your own business. Now, you can use Google Docs, you could use GitLab as an example. We like to use Trainual. Trainual is the tool that we usually use. It is a tool specifically built for process documentation. So literally you're going to put all of your different trainings inside of Trainual. It's a manual and it's a training manual, Trainual. I think everyone gets that. And so then everyone inside of the company will be able to easily access that information. So definitely go check out all those options. If you have any issues, again, put them down in the comments down below. And even if you have a particular request for a particular procedure, I might be able to help you out, but only down in the comments below. The second reason why businesses seem to fail is a lack of collaboration in remote companies. So I've dealt with a ton of remote businesses in my day, and one of the things that I see as a major problem for their long-term success is they're not actually collaborating. And that boils down to lack of proper communication and the proper tools to actually make that communication work. So I'm talking to you on video right now. We usually communicate almost exclusively through video because it's the most informational rich way of talking to other people. I actually have like a hierarchy of communication inside of the company. In person is better than video. Video is better than audio. Audio is better than instant messaging. Instant messaging is better than email. And basically nothing is as good, or nothing is very good other than email. Email sucks. Just move yourself up the chain as quickly as possible. So as an example, if we have like 8 or 9 different Slack messages that are put back and forth and no one really knows what the hell is going on, I'll usually jump on a Zoom call or a Skype call as quickly as humanly possible to try to get people to address the issue and get it done. So communication, super important. Deploy the right tools, spend a little bit of money. I know that Zoom seems expensive, but it's really fantastic. If you can't afford Zoom, use Skype to be able to communicate, and your company will definitely be a lot more successful because of it. The third reason why I see remote companies failing is they're deploying an on-premise mindset inside of a remote first culture. So let me kind of unpack that a little bit. So Joel Gascoigne, who is right here. Joel is the CEO and co-founder of Buffer, which is one of the largest kind of social media platform companies, posting companies in the space. They also run an incredibly successful team. Joel at Running Remote on year one talked about how the founder needs to really make sure that other employees are not surrounding that particular founder at any one time. So as an example, I'm inside of this office right now. There are people that work in this office that come into this office. If we actually end up doing a meeting, what we'll do is we'll sit down and work from our individual computers, even if we're actually all in the same room and we're doing that same meeting. Why do we do that? Because we want to communicate that everyone has that same disconnected mindset of culture. If you end up having people that surround the founder constantly, then they feel like they can get better access to the founder, they can get better decisions made, and then people that are not close to the founder will feel left out. It's kind of like a second-class remote worker. So you need to be able to have the mindset, the culture of saying everyone is working remotely, everyone is disconnected by space, but we're hopefully not disconnected by time. So let's all come together, collaborate in an equal way, and also as the founder of the business, make sure that you're not taking local employees' information as a more important source than your remote employees. Treat them all equally and your company will be a lot more successful. The fourth thing that I see that produces a remote company failure is the ability to not measure what the heck is going on inside of your remote business. I'll give you an example. Marissa Mayer, who was the CEO of Yahoo in 2013, famously shut down her remote work agreement inside of Yahoo. So she basically said, remote work doesn't work, we're pulling all of our remote employees back in. But if you actually looked at the deeper part of that story, the problem is that there had been people that were working for Yahoo that literally had not reported to anyone. There was no documentation of what the heck was going on for years. So there were literally people that were working for Yahoo from home, had zero communication and zero management layer inside of what they were doing. People were actually supposed to log into a VPN on a daily basis when they were working, much like our tool Time Doctor, and they had not been doing that for years. So instead of having 1,000 different lawsuits, what I'm presuming Marissa Mayer probably thought is we should bring everyone back inside of the office, properly assess them, and then later on very quietly re-implement a remote work policy. So you need to be able to make sure that you know what the heck your remote workers are doing. We use Time Doctor. I'm a little biased because I'm one of the co-founders of that particular SaaS product, but whatever you use to be able to make it work, deploy that tool and actually make sure that you're implementing it. Because if you don't have that type of documentation and that measurement, it's never going to get managed properly. And the fifth reason why I think companies fail is they don't actually communicate in person. I know that's a little counterintuitive since we're running remote first companies, but almost every successful remote first company that I've seen at scale ends up actually meeting at least once per year. So as an example, our company, we usually have everyone fly into one location once a year where we talk and collaborate. We audit what we did for the last year and we really sit down and focus and figure out what we're going to do for the next year. We did, I believe the last one was in Bali, and the next year we're going to be doing it in India, hopefully. So that's very expensive. It costs us a ton of money to be able to fly people in from all over planet Earth, but it's absolutely worth it. The ROI is fantastic because you understand that literally bringing everyone together gives you the advantages of what you would have in an offline environment, but it doesn't cost the amount of having an actual office in one location, bringing all those people together. So it is a very expensive expenditure. However, when you actually look at the long-term ROI, you get almost all the advantages of being offline the entire year, but you only have to be offline for those 2 weeks or in person to be able to communicate with those people and get all of that kind of non-verbal energy that you would usually get if everyone was in an office. So those are my 5 tips for sustaining your business. Those are the 5 things that I see that end up making companies that run remote businesses completely fail and crap out and never work again and be homeless on the street. Don't let that happen to you. But I actually have a really cool announcement. So if you would like a free ticket to Running Remote, all you have to do is you have to like this video, you have to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you have to click the little notification bell thingy so that you can actually get videos from me. If you don't click the bell thingy, it just doesn't work. I know it's this weird new thing with the algorithm, but trust me, you gotta click the little bell thingy. So if you do all those 3 things and you write a comment down below, I'm gonna randomly choose somebody to get a free ticket to Running Remote in April in Austin, Texas. So hopefully I see you there, and if I don't see you there, I'll see you in the next video.